Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, days and dames, welcome to that one. And may I introduce your guest of today, Songbird. Hi!
Hello everyone! How are we doing? How are we doing? It's a nice muggy day here, so I hope the weather's been good for everybody. Because it's certainly wet. It is certainly a moist evening, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, that could not be the only thing that would be right at the end of this.
Well, I mean, you know, certain people play their cards right, and that's kind of what the stream turns into, right?
But hi, how you doing? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. I am VT Songbird, also known on YouTube as Tales from Lycaon. I'm a soon-to-be streamer, content producer, voice actress, director. I produce dark fantasy audio roleplay and ASMR content, as well as hopefully audio play content in general. Eventually, we're working on some scripts on the sidelines. I've also had a few voice credits on a few friends, like ASMR content anyway, so we're very excited to see a lot of this stuff go out if it hasn't already come out already. But yeah, hello! It's so nice to be here in like all my apparent fluffiness, right?
Yeah. Fluff stream. Full of fluff.
Fluff stream, tail stream. I mean, I will give a shout out to another streamer of mine. I say of mine, a friend of mine, an artist friend of mine, Courageous Robin, who actually has designed my PNG, and did so like with just impeccable skill, like absolutely beautiful. Is that a Snowfie?
Yeah, that is a Snowfie. Also, by the way, when you like did the hello there, I thought you were gonna be like, "Hello there, everyone. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to."
Hello, everybody. My name is Songbird, and welcome to Five Nights at 5 Freddy's.
Amazing, Kong Kong. Anyway, what are your hobbies, Kong Kong?
My hobbies, that's interesting. I do a lot of stuff. I mean, it's funny. It's a lot of different stuff. I have been getting into the idea of music production. Like, I'm a lyricist and drummer by trade, so I do a lot of drumming when I have the means to. I do a lot of poetry writing, which I usually turn into lyrics. I like writing stories, which seems like a given with like content creation on YouTube, especially with ASMR. I tend to write a lot of my own original scripts rather than focus on script fills, which is more of a point of pride for me. I like to know that something I've made has seen the light of day and is being created by others using their voices. Like, we have a talented voice cast for Tales of Lycaon, which is roughly about 10 to 15 different voice actors and actresses, which I'm incredibly lucky to have. But yeah, on the off chance that the weather ever returns to some kind of normality, I would have been, at least in the last couple of years, I would have been doing historical reenactment. Is something I did for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Absolutely. It was an interesting thing because I got into it because a close friend of mine got back into it, and I wanted to spend time with her. So it started off as like, I want to spend time with my friend, and this is a really good way to do it, and also have an opportunity to meet new people after the dreaded long dark that was the last couple of years before that. And it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me that, like, I'm a lot better at things than I thought I was, especially like, most notably, I'm not great with my hands, but at the same time, I was able to sew an entire tunic. I sewed an entire dress. I even assembled with like leather sewing. I sewed my own pair of shoes as well. all of which I still have. They're all in like the cupboard, but like, What flavor is your fur?
Finish your thingy first. I was gonna come to that. Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll come to that. But yeah, so I did reenactment for about a year. I did some big shows. We did a castle here in the UK called Kenilworth, and it was incredibly fun. I did a lot of dancing, sliding down hills by accident.
Let's go.
I did a lot of the fashion shows, we call them, where we sort of demonstrate like the different tiers and classes of clothing throughout the era, because it was very historically focused, which is why we never tried to use machine stitching, because it was all about authenticity and like using authentic thread and using like authentic materials, because you wouldn't have had like polycottons and like polyester in the Middle Ages, because now I'm just imagining like peasants running around in like puffer jackets wielding pistols in like the Middle Ages. But
bang bang.
Ye lord has been struck down with the pistol.
Ye of the harm, my lord. Bang.
Lord, taste my steel. Gat gat. But yeah, so it was a really interesting experience, and also once Wimples Off was called and everybody got out of costume for the day, we would go to the local Chinese takeaway and like eat Chinese food, and then when it got really dark, there were people having like wrestling matches. There was a guy known as the Anvil who was just 6 foot and built like the Tower of Babel. Like the man was unshakable, and apparently everyone was trying to wrestle with him, and he was just laying people out, which is honestly.
It sounds like Mr. Shakedown from the Yakuza series.
Oh yeah, no, like Anvil is like one of the nicest people I met during that whole experience. He's a lovely, lovely man.
It's just Hagrid.
Yeah, no, he does his own blacksmithing as a job as well. Like and so we did a lot of that, and there was like a couple of friends who got together and bought essentially a box of like authentic lightsabers. So the ring that they'd basically constructed out of like safety rope and stuff to like keep the audience back, that became the lightsaber fighting ring, which we all kind of had a go at. So it was people with like the 2-bladed lightsabers fighting against each other, and I think someone nearly tried to break my knuckle while we were fighting, because like people were fierce. It was so much fun, but I found myself much more enjoying what was known as, I think it was Barney's singing hole, which was essentially you go into the crypt of the castle in the pitch black, and you sing sea shanties in the pitch black, and you get really drunk, and it was very much fun. So I had an entire bottle of peach schnapps the entire weekend, and and yeah, I very much enjoyed singing sea shanties, falling down hills, and generally causing chaos.
Oh my god. If we ever remember to meet up, you're gonna take me to one of those?
Yeah. I'll have to take you to one of the groups, yeah.
Sounds amazing. Anyway, Sophie's question. What flavor is your tail?
Oh, what flavor? Honestly, the way my tail looks, it's gotta be. It's not just blueberry. It's not just blueberry. It's like. It's like, you know that really artificial blueberry that you get in like the ice cream sauces? Like, oh no, I'm being consumed. Oh my god, VTubervore. Oh no.
I mean, checks out what you said.
Yeah. So it's I imagine it's very like that artificial bubblegum flavor, because it does have those like little flecks of like lighter blue as well. So it's very just like, you know.
Now I'm full of Songbird. Full of Natalie.
Yeah.
Smile.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm very much a creative soul at heart. I like I thoroughly enjoy writing scripts, and I guess in terms of like following sort of the Twitch vibe, like I thoroughly enjoy some different types of games. Like rhythm games are my my thing. Like I am, if I had to describe myself with one sort of genre of gaming for Twitch, it would be rhythm gaming.
Oh my god. I can't get into Osu and shit and stuff, but like, I absolutely love playing Beat Saber and shit. It's amazing.
I vividly remember every convention I go to locally, they always have, oh god, what's it called? The Japanese drum game.
oh, I know the one.
Taiko no Tatsujin, yeah.
Yeah, that company also made Donkey Kong Bongo.
Oh, did they? Yeah, that explains a lot. Yeah. Because every time I sit down with that game, like 4 hours passes, and then it's like you just hear over the tannoy, Comic-Con is closing down, and I'm like, wait, no, but I was only on it for 20 minutes. And then 4 hours passes, and I've been going it up.
You've only like been like through like half the stands. You're like, damn. Before I do anything at a con, I always do a full tour. Like I do everything, and then I like go to the game hall, buy stuff, then I do stuff. But at first, I am like complete tour, checking out what is here, and then deciding like I want that, and that, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing with me. I find it very strange when people go for an hour to a convention. Like, I mean, whatever works for everyone else, but I've always gone to the thing, like, I arrive early, I arrive at like 9 o'clock on the dot, I stay until 6:30 at night, I go and I see as much as I can, and I spend most of that time like talking to cosplayers. I wouldn't say I'm well known in the cosplay community, but I'm very like talkative within the cosplay community. Like, people would recognize me.
Once? Oh, you finish? You finish? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I did a couple of cosplays. One of my first cosplays, I did Crocodile from One Piece. My mom cursed at me because I don't know if I can show you a picture of Crocodile. So I asked my mom to make this coat for me.
Oh, heck yeah.
I cosplayed that guy, right?
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
My mom cursed at me because she made like a mock jacket coat thing, right? But it needed the fluff. She cursed at me for having to add the fluff. I was so annoying for her.
Yeah, like, faux fur is so annoying to work with. Like, as far as I know, like, I know a lot of people who, especially in the UK, who are like fursuit makers by trade, and faux fur is so annoying. Not to say real fur would be any better, but faux fur is like the industry standard.
Sadly, I had to throw everything but the hook away. The hook I made, the hook is a funny story, but all the cloth I had to throw away for the move because it was not usable anymore. It was a pain in my heart that I had to throw it away.
Oh yeah.
The hook. I scavenged stuff from work, like bubble wrap, like hard plastic, cardboard, and I made that hook with that. Like, it had to go on my arm, and it was huge. Let me find one where this hook is in view. Like, this guy's hook is huge. Where is your fucking body? There. That's the best image with the hook. The hook is fucking huge, and I made that huge hook, right? But to keep like the cardboard from like not like ruining my skin, I used the hard plastic as like a cushion. You know?
Oh, fair.
Yeah, it was bearable, but my hand was sweaty at the end of the day. I also did like a very like shitty just Monica, cosplay. I even made a sign like just Monica with OK, and I had people come up to me. I pressed the OK button on my but first, bike, come, bike, woof, 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 brrrr. Ferret noises.
Ferret noise.
Question for you. What's the second quiz? Can you what's this?
It says, what's the second? Because I know what's the first place you'd want to be in right now. And why is it in my arms? I mean, that is objectively correct, but also, aside from the obvious answer of Switzerland for reasons, America for reasons, I desperately want to travel to the United States in my lifetime. Mostly just to visit friends and like chosen family, but I'd also love to see Iceland and Japan, and not even. I hesitate to call myself traditionally weeb, but it's very much like I'm very much into like the nature and the culture, like.
So for eliminating one of my questions.
But yeah, no, I have a massive like wish to travel, like wanderlust. I really wanna.
I love traveling.
See everything and do everything, and like. A lot of my places to go are like, suffice to say, frustrating to get to, but yeah, I very much enjoy the idea of traveling, especially if it means I get to see people who are pretty cool, and people who are pretty cool get to see me, which is just a net bonus, to be honest. But yeah,
I want to see the world, and honestly, I'd love to do it with somebody I care about deeply.
I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrong. Aojun.
It's Aoi. I called him Aoi. Yeah.
Aoi. Well, the only place in the south that I've so far like been very must visit, and that's because I'm a literature nerd by trade, is New Orleans.
Let's go.
Mostly because I'm a massive like jazz nerd. I also read Streetcar Named Desire when I was in high school, and it left like a fundamental like thing in me where I have to visit, and I have to like just kneel down in the middle of the street and scream Stella at the top of my lungs because it just has to happen.
I've been to the US, and I'm just gonna say New York is overhyped.
Yeah, there's nothing in New York I particularly want to see.
I want to see Boston. I want to do the Freedom Trail. I want to see the places, you know.
Why not the Oregon Trail? Now that's exciting.
No, like I like history. I'm a history nerd, and like I'd love to do Boston and like do up like the history of the US.
I did want to see Seattle at one point. I was dating someone from Seattle at one point, but yeah, no, like I just want to travel. Like I just want to see and experience the world, kind of thing. So like that's kind of my whole deal. Is and it's mostly
so funny.
just.
Everyone's like recently like Seattle, and I'm like, I have close friends in Seattle. Like not in Seattle, but near Seattle, like near Seattle in Canada, near Seattle in the US, you know? And I'm like, I want to go there too. And I've searched it up, and for me, it would be 750.
Yeah, like most of my reason to go anywhere is to visit people. So like that's been a thing. Like Seattle has sort of been in my consciousness for a while because of the not Dishonored, not Uncharted. What's the Infamous?
Infamous Second Son.
Infamous Second Sons. Yeah, that really left a mark in me that I'm very much like, okay, I need to see.
That's what Fallout 4 did. That's what Fallout 4 did for me with Boston. Also want to go like see Vegas. Vegas seems pretty interesting.
I've had family members who have gone to Vegas, so that's just there's places that just don't interest me. But because my whole thing is like nature. Like if I just get to like,
I love nature.
City breaks are great. Like especially in Europe, I went to visit a friend in Poland for my birthday a few years ago, and like it was only for a few days, but it was really nice. We went to Old Town in Warsaw. It was really good. Like I ate loads of like authentic Polish food, and it made me very happy.
Places that I've been to are Sophie's country. Not disclosing here. It's Sophie country. I've been to Paris. I've been to London. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Lithuania. I've been to New York. I want to see the world. Places I'd love to visit are like Japan, Venice, visit friends like around Europe, see like Canada, the US. I want to see so many fucking things. It's not fair. By the way, currently, the cheapest place for me to visit would be Ireland. 50 back and forth. Wanna know the funniest thing? It's more expensive for me to go to the Netherlands, which is my neighboring country, than to go to Sophie's country.
That's fair. I mean, I had a few friends of mine, like best friends, that I sort of gained through the ASMR community, and they were visiting Kerry, and I'm so happy that they went there and they had a really good time, but oh god, I was so miffed. I really wanted to see them. Like, I was like, if you end up in Dublin, I will literally fly over and visit. I will literally spend a day with y'all. But, you know, there's time. There's time, and they have said as much that they're planning to head over here next, so I mean, there's time.
I'm feeling nostalgic right now. Let's move on. Any hobbies you'd like to pick up?
I mean, aside from drumming, I think now that my laptop's back in order, I think I'd like to try and teach myself digital art, maybe learn a couple languages. I know I was attempting to learn Swiss French. I've tried to learn a few different languages here and there, but ultimately, pardon me, I've ultimately struggled with language learning, and that's mostly just on me. But ultimately, like, language learning is a big one. I'd like to get back into swimming. The one thing I miss doing a lot of for exercise, especially just because I've been transitioning and stuff, has been swimming. Though I'm hopefully gonna rectify that this summer with any luck, so we'll see.
What's the origin? Oh yeah, about swimming. This just literally airdropped into my head. I wish I could go swimming. My body is in a state where like swimming would be very uncomfortable.
I totally understand that, yeah. I definitely want to try swimming again, and that's sort of what I've said to my friends, like, this summer, because it's going to probably be extremely warm again, that I want to at least wear a swimsuit in public. I think would be massively beneficial to my, like, whole deal, I guess, mentally. So, like, we're going for a hot girl swimsuit summer, I guess.
I wish I could go swimming. You're never taking me to a beach, you woman! Even though I begged you! I will bite this fox.
What is it about streams that just make when I come to visit, it's all about Vor? I don't understand.
I will bite this fox her tail. Literally. I begged her to take me to the beach. Anger. What's the origin of your name?
Songbird comes from Tales from Lycaon, actually. Songbird is a character that I will be voicing that is sort of tangibly extremely connected to the main plotline of, well, she doesn't appear in Tales from Lycaon specifically. She's more of a side character in a lot of the side content, which we'll be producing soon, but, Songbird is the mother of one of the characters in the series, and thus delving into her character, I sort of wanted to explore that as a VTuber, like, because Songbird's kind of nature is interdimensional and extra-dimensional, I wanted to sort of become the role that I'd crafted for myself, and thus Wolf Mom was born. And now look at me, I'm fluffy. That's a net bonus. But yeah, Songbird origins sort of originally from Tales from Lycaon, and now she's sort of developed into her own kind of thing here on Twitch. But I mean, that doesn't mean her VTuber lore and her Lycaon lore won't intermingle. But y'all will have to just find out soon enough, won't you?
What's the origin of your channel / lore?
This is a funny one. The channel, I've had the channel technically for 7 years, but I never actually did anything with it. I think I attempted to stream like once or twice, like 7-8 years ago, when I had a different kind of not as great gaming laptop, and then looking back at the VODs that I'd made, they were kind of bad quality and it put me off. But now, because I'm doing content creation not so much as a full-time creator, but more as just like a full-time hobby for now, although aiming to gain success from it and aiming to hopefully see what comes of it and see if people enjoy it. But yeah, so I've lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so the Twitch channel has been around for like 8 years. I originally picked up streaming again after I appeared on Aurora Macchionaria's charity stream raising money for the Trevor Project, which is where I met like a lot of people who have then since connected me to a lot more people, like I mean, through meeting, say, like Minty, I met Sophie and I met y'all, and that sort of spiraled off in that direction. A lot of the streamers who will be present at my debut I have met through Aurora's charity stream, and that sort of got me back into, if this has been so much fun that I don't want to stop doing it. And so, because I already had some kind of technical leverage, I decided, okay, I'm gonna give this my best shot, and hopefully aiming to be a fun to watch variety VTuber as soon as I set the debut date, which should be very soon, TM.
Hey, question. Do you know what an elevator pitch is?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to do that right now. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, about my channel.
About you! Promote yourself! 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Okay, my name is VT Songbird, also known as Tales from Lycaon. I produce ASMR, dark fantasy content, audio plays on YouTube. I also write and semi-produce music. I produce audio plays. I am hoping to get started as a variety Twitch streamer, whether that be learning constructed languages, playing games, doing vaguely similar interview things. I'm looking forward to basically showing the world what I'm made of, and hopefully y'all will join me for the ride that is coming along on the Lycaon Express, I suppose.
Very high. By the way, you're hired. Um, if you had to rebrand, like you couldn't be what you are now, you had to completely rebrand, what would your brand be?
Oh gosh. I was thinking about some kind of elemental spirit as well. Like I've seen some really interesting designs. Like I know someone's like a sentient like glow cloud almost. I've seen some really interesting designs. So I guess I would probably go for something kind of more mythological, kind of like a Grillby style fire elemental, maybe something of that ilk with like a different element, maybe like a lightning elemental, water elemental. Just kind of something that's kind of high fantasy, kind of weird, kind of zany, and kind of off the wall. Because like I also do D&D. I also run a homebrew campaign, and having interesting ideas that I can then turn into incredibly interesting lore is always a challenge. It's always been a challenge that I've very much enjoyed. So a lot of what I like to do in D&D especially is, since I homebrew, one of my most notable stories is a friend of mine jokingly said she wanted to play a Muppet, and I was like, okay, I can work with that. So I then constructed the most in-depth lore as to why the Muppets are a serious race in my D&D world, and somehow actually made it incredibly serious and incredibly working, which is honestly a point of fame for myself. Like, it's something I'm always going to remember, that I am the person who made Muppets canon in a high fantasy universe. Yeah, I've also included such famous internet icons as the Untitled Goose in the same game. The Untitled Goose is a deity level something. I don't think it's a threat, but it is something to the players. And it has actively caused them confusion and much terror in how they actively interact. I remember there was a notable example of there was a, I think it was a halfling wedding that the goose was present at, wearing its nice little bow tie thing. So the fighter of the party, who was an ex-school teacher and then ex-revolutionary, fed it a chocolate coin she'd had in her inventory, and one of the things the players learned was the goose is apparently coin operated. So I made them roll a wild magic table, and the goose essentially honked so loud it teleported one of the players into the astral realm for 5 minutes. And thus you learn never to feed the goose chocolate or never feed the goose coins. This is
What happened if I give it cola?
Well, we'd have to roll a wild magic table to find out, I suppose.
I don't have that.
That's totally fair. But yeah, I creation is just the name of the game. I like making things. I've always held it as a personal ethos that I want to make things with people. If it gets successful, which I would like things that I make to get successful, then that's a net bonus. But it's always just about the making things with people. It's always making projects with different people, and the friendships that I've developed out of such a thing. Like with one of my audio creation friends, who is honestly one of my closest friends, to be honest. She and I's relationship started as I had made the first ever fanfic of her audio series, and herself and her partner basically were on a call together and read it as the characters. And then since we've just kind of bonded, I'm like a mod on her server now. We're very close, and it's nice. It's one of those like things you don't expect from, especially making a fanfic. You don't expect yourself and the creator to bond over. Essentially, what was, I wanted to write a joke. I wanted to write a fanfic that I thought was funny and to torment several of the characters, but you know, But yeah, it's my whole deal is I just want to make things with people.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. Don't worry, I'm fine.
Yeah.
If there was another universe version of you, what would it be? Like for me, you have demons to dragons to a mother. What would you have?
Oh god. Well, I mean, that's technically the thing. My VTuber persona is the alternate universe version of Tales from Lycaon's Songbird. Because Songbird's partner in the series perished during essentially a giant rebellion led by the mining community of the island, and thus that was sort of her whole thing for several plot reasons I won't spoil, but essentially an entire series exists for Lycaon because Songbird's partner perished. And that's sort of the entire shtick, is that the Songbird that I am on Twitch is the alternate universe version. She is the Wolf Queen of Rebellion because she led the rebellion. She was meant to be the one who perished and then ended up on Twitch, right? So, yeah.
Sounds a bit like your mother's lore. Because, here's a TLDR of the story of Mother Asta's OC stories on stream. So what Mother technically is an AI for AI Asta, who is hellbent on quote-unquote keeping everyone safe. The way she does that is taking away their freedom. Basically making them her drones, yada yada, hypno shit. But the way this happened was there was an evil AI who was doing that to her universe. And Cybersto was that world's Asto, was the leader of the resistance. And in the final battle, Clash, against the AI, she won, but at the cost of all of her closed ones dying. So, and the way that she countered the AI was infecting herself with a self-made virus, but because she lost everyone close to her, she kinda mentally fucking broke. Which caused the AI that she planted in herself to go rogue.
Hashtag just girly things, right?
Just girl things. I think I have an image that's like kinda the thing. Let me whip it up. I posted this on Twitter once before, and there's like sensitive content because like it's literally like somebody fucking breaking mentally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I've seen that actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. Like I'm yet to see a VTuber like persona with like a happy backstory, which is really interesting because I know you've got to flesh your characters out, and it's just interesting to see. It's interesting to see VTubers who are just very like, yes, I am Grimblow. I am happy. I am also a potato with like jacked muscle arms, you know? Like, I've yet to see someone who's just, I am a happy little vegetable, or I'm a happy little animal, or you know?
I will tell you all the backstory. So, me, Asta, is just a footer within interdimensional cafe. Nothing more, nothing less. Just yeah.
Tea shop in a swamp. That's mine.
Then you have Demonsto, who is a version of me who has ancestry in like demons, and that power awakened, and now she has no control over the powers. She's trying to, but she has a tiny little quirk of randomly teleporting to random universes. She has no control over that, so she kind of ends up in a variety of situations. Then Mother, I already explained to TLDR. I have been told that Mother's story is very fucking good by a lot of people. And I'm like, huh? I just whiffed this up.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Dragonstow, who is a more violent and feral version of me.
Mm-hmm.
To give some power scaling, because I actually gave power scaling to both Mother and Dragonstow. Mother is a very... That was a voice crack. Mother is very compatible to Infinity Ultron. Basically, I made an overpowered character because I hated... Like, the reasoning behind this is, oh, everyone's making overpowered fucking characters? Let me make one that is even more overpowered, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's the Magic the Gathering paradox. Someone makes a deck that's really unfair, so you make a deck that's even more unfair to counteract how unfair that deck is. Yeah.
And then I'm Dragonstow to give power to Dragonstow. She is so violent and strong that she had the ability to sneak up on a Mother drone and pummel it into the ground. Remember, with Mother drone, I mean the actual Mother unit, not the little drones that are brain hijacked. Each drone is as powerful as an Infinity Ultron, and there's multiple of them. There's more to the lore, but I will not read the entire Mother Bible on stream.
That's totally respectable. Yeah, that's been a thing. Like Songbird as a character from Lycaon hasn't really been explored in terms of her combat history, so we don't exactly know the limits of her capabilities. She's just, well, she's a bard. What I can reveal is that she's a bard, and bards in Lycaon are people you don't mess with. They have a level of magic that you do not mess with if you cross them. You do not. That's the shtick. That bards are very powerful mages. So yeah.
I did give Mother some very big weaknesses. First off, drones cannot attack any Astro. Doesn't matter which universe Astro it is, they won't. The regular drones won't harm any Astro. And if the Astro is powerful enough, like in case of Dragonstow, they can even combat androids, the Mother androids. Also, the biggest weakness is they're all connected to the core, which is Cyberstow.
Yeah.
And I'm telling the entire Bible, I should move on.
Yeah, Pentafox says they can't hear you.
Wait, me or Songbird?
I think it's you they're referring to.
Me? God fucking damn it. Stupid. Fuck. I'm sorry, I'm ranting off about myself. I'm sorry. This is about you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, that's fair. Well, at least we tried to fix it. The power of scuff, ladies and germs.
Some streaming questions. What do you stream?
I'll be streaming a variety of content.
No, why?
Oh, why do I stream?
Yeah.
Mostly because I like to talk to people, and I like the sort of community aspect of Twitch. I very much enjoy popping into friends' chats and sort of just casually just having a conversation and having a dialogue while streams happen. I've always found that like the most like positive part of Twitch is like when streamers and the audience are very like interconnected, not in a parasocial sense, but very much just like we chat to our audience and the audience chats back, and we sort of just kind of grow symbiotically. That's kind of what I've been most interested in. But yeah, it's mostly for me as well to like show off what I can do and show off what I'm capable of, and very like show the world what I love, which is, in terms of gaming, it's very much like lore and music and like sort of the interconnectedness between both. Like, I finished the platform game Gree a few weeks ago, which was very like, it was sort of a blend of, I'm not usually a platformer person, but the music was incredible, so it drew me in, and then the game was very, like, not easy, but it was extremely intuitive, it was extremely fun to play, and then it had the added bonus of afterwards being found out that it was a Devolver Digital game, which sort of explains its high quality as well. But in the most base way to say it possible, I just enjoy telling a good story. I like entertaining people, and I hope to do so when I debut. I hope I get the chance to entertain everyone as much as I can, really, to be honest.
It's hype. I gotta skip over some questions because you can't really like answer those yet. If you weren't allowed to stream, what form of content creation would you do?
Is this just without restrictions?
You are not allowed to stream. Like, streaming is forbidden. Making other content like YouTube or anything, etc. is allowed.
Well, if I had the chance, I would absolutely like to make original content for the theater, for plays a lot of the time. Like, plays have been something I've been really interested in since I started university all that time ago. Like, plays and screenwriting. Like, if I had original, like, movies that were in and out of music, like, movie festivals and all that sort of stuff, like, that would be the goal. I don't know, writing a film that ended up in Sundance or Cannes or the Cannes Film Festival. That would be kind of the goal, really.
Yeah.
Or like if a play of mine won a Tony, like that kind of thing, like.
Would be amazing.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of the stuff I'd like to make. Script writing, like, that's the fun thing about YouTube. It's given me the sort of breadth to be able to make scripts for really anything that I want, and like I've made audios that are like 30 minutes long purely off the back of my own writing, and like that's always exciting. That's always exciting to finish a script and then hand it over to your voice actors, and it comes back and you've got like 30 to 60 minutes of content. Like, it's always an exciting thing, especially for me as well. One of my biggest things for even getting started was I like when people realize my projects. Like, I love hearing voice actors and actresses speak as my characters. I've always loved that. It's always felt really positive, and it brushes my ego a bit as well, because you need a bit of ego brushing like now and again. But I very much I just enjoy making things, and I enjoy entertaining people, and yeah, I hope to do it a lot. Do I ever improv? That's the thing with D&D. I have the capacity to improv. I've just not had the chance yet to improv. Although a lot of my sort of cast has improv lines. They've sort of said, hey, I want to try something, and I'm like, okay, tell me what you want to do, and we've sort of just improved different lines together and sort of actually worked on a character for them that makes a lot more sense to how they wish to play it, which totally is fine. Like, I had a voice actor for our character Robin in Tales from Lycaon before our current voice actress, Blue, who was very much like, I see Robin doing this, and I'm like, okay, we can try that out and see how that works. And it worked very well for them as an actor, but now that we've changed hands a few times with different characters and different actors, as sort of life has a tendency to get in the way, sort of the, I guess, back and forth expectations are thing that just constantly change when you're doing content creation. But it's always fun. It's always fun to just, especially because we're having some big episodes soon, it's very fun to get like your entire cast for that episode into a call together and just listen to people voice acting your content live. It's a magical experience, and I would highly recommend. But yeah.
What are some tips that you've gotten from other streamers in terms of streaming?
The one that gets bandied around a lot is don't burn yourself out, don't push yourself too hard. And it's good advice. It's in my nature to kind of rebel a little bit, like very much there's a sort of brattiness to my personality that I've noticed, but it's very like people say like you should try and keep yourself at a limit, and my brain goes, no, I'm gonna push myself until I find the hard limit myself.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up with what I called Collabral, which is April, where I did, I think, at least 10 to 11 collabs in a month. So I know my hard limit now, which is good. And, like, I think everybody should do the same thing. I think you should always push yourself. But
it also really depends on your mood and, like, things that happen IRL.
I'm always a fan of self-improvement. Like, I hesitate to say Dragon Ball is even in any way influenced me, but the idea of constantly training yourself, constantly improving what you're capable of has always been a thing for me. Like, I always like to know I can do more of what I'm capable of. Like, oh, I've done 10 to 11 collabs in a month. What's to say I can't do 15 the next month, or like 20 the next month? Like, but it's always good as well to sort of maintain that idea of rest in the back of your mind. Like, definitely as a streamer, we need to learn how to take breaks more, which is something I'm trying to do more often.
Yeah. Taking breaks is nice.
Oh yeah, trust me, I am chronically sleepy. I am a very chronically sleepy person. I know, like, I know our dear Snowfy, commissioned some art for my debut, and it really sums me up as a person and as a streamer. My most cherished art of my character so far is literally just her passed out doing work. Because that is me. I've had my partners and I've had other people very close to me being like, Songbird, you need to go to bed. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm chatting to you. That's more important right now. Having fun is more important than sleep.
I have a bunch of artworks. It's hard to like choose a favorite, to be honest.
Yeah, I look forward to getting more. Like, I've commissioned the sort of same artist for some work for myself and my partners, and I'm very much excited for that. But like, it's been nice getting back into the art community as well. It's been nice getting back to talking to artists as well, because when people, there is like a special kind of like, there's a special kind of like serotonin that I would say, like, from seeing something in my mind's eye completely like referenced to reality.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like when an artist just gets your
like just takes it out of your head.
Yeah, when an artist literally just takes an intrinsic understanding of what you want and just delivers instantly. Because I know a close friend of mine who became Chosen Family was very talented at that. Like, I would have an idea and she was very good at
Here's a little tip for that.
Go ahead.
Basically, if you have something in your head, make a rough sketch. Doesn't matter how shitty it is. Could be squares and circles, right? As long as it like resembles something that's in your head, the artist will get it. I did that with my Malo Mama. I was like, can you make me a pet for the stream? And I'd love it to be like this, and I literally just like made like the sketchiest sketch of my character with like that head and their arms.
It's like I've gotta take some time out here to sort of shout out Snowfy as well for helping me a lot with my overlays and kind of my graphics, because she just sort of she's one of the people who sort of just intrinsically understands what I'm going for, and that's always nice when you're like one-to-one with a fellow creator, that your sort of ideas are being directly represented, and it's always nice to sort of come into your own, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, no, like this is the thing, I just love creating. I love watching things being made, and it's like talking about Comic-Con. I love the Artist Alley, especially because I tend to know a lot of people in the Artist Alley, because it's a lot of the same people. Like a couple of the people from Reenactment were there selling, because it was one of my friends and his wife. His wife sells like nerdy teddy bears as a business, and like, so I finally got to meet her, and she was lovely, and it was mostly just to annoy my friend Jordan. Like that was most of the reason I came over, was to just be a nuisance. But then it just developed into like a genuine interest, which is always it's always the thing I've struggled with. I've always struggled with that idea as a creator of, I don't want to be annoying, but also I am the person who wakes American creators up by accident by sending them really cursed images with no context. Like nothing bad, but I remember a friend of mine, I think that's sort of how we bonded, and it became a server meme as well. There's sort of a joke company called Obvious Plant who make all the really like cursed children's toys that they take photos of and like post like, oh, this is just off the shelf, you know. But there was a guy called the Corn Man, literally a guy with like a body of like a cob of corn with a wooden leg and sort of just vaguely T-posing. And I sent that to a friend of mine because I figured she'd have a reaction to it, and lo and behold, it's like I get, Songbird, I've literally just woken up. Why are you sending this to me? And yeah, so that's my Songbird tip for interacting with people. Just be a nuisance.
On one of my donatons, one of the things was chat chooses art for me, and I was so ashamed to commission this. My chat made me commission me eating a Chicago-style deep dish pizza with a entire pineapple on top. That's what they made me commission. Wait, hello? Oh, they're gone for a bit. Well, I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a quick break myself, get some tea.
I am so sorry about that. I'm back. Hello, I'm so sorry about that.
No,
I
no, no.
was literally...
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I needed a break myself real quick too. I'm back. I'm fine. Don't worry.
Heck yeah.
Next some gaming questions. What's your favorite game of all time?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Wow.
That's a very tough
One of your favorite games then.
Well, I think the game that's been most formational to my personality thus far is probably there's several, but if I had to pick one, it would be the Kingdom Hearts series. I started Kingdom Hearts 2 when I was about like 7, 8 years old, and that kind of took me down the rabbit hole to playing Kingdom Hearts 3. A few years ago, I got the art book edition, and I still have the art book, which is still one of the best things I own, to be honest. But I've thoroughly enjoyed Kingdom Hearts as a concept. It's incredibly goofy, and you're incredibly like... Everyone's like, but it's not Final Fantasy, and it's not Disney, and it's like... But that's not... It's never tried to be either of them. It's tried to be both, and that's kind of what I love about it. Like... What I find absolutely just crazy is one of my favorite pieces of lore from Kingdom Hearts actually is that Donald the Duck is canonically 2 to 3 echelons more powerful than Bahamut, who is literally a destroyer god in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Donald Duck is canonically more powerful than a destroyer, which just endlessly makes me giggle. A tiny angry duck outpaces a dragon at its most powerful.
Meanwhile, that same duck in combat useless as fuck.
Oh yeah, no, Donald can't heal for anything. Donald is honestly terrible. But we love Donald. We appreciate the Chaos Duck.
I streamed Kingdom Hearts 1 and I couldn't finish it because of a bug. I did Maleficent's fight in Kingdom Hearts 1, and just at the end, half an hour fight, right? It crashes on me, like it goes black screen. Just the music is all what you hear. This happened twice in a row, and I'm just like, you know what? This is the end of the game. Fuck this.
Yeah, honestly, that's been a thing with me. I never finished Kingdom Hearts 1. I got stuck on the Tarzan level because there was no map, so you were constantly just completely lost. But Kingdom Hearts 2 refined a lot of that. And
I really I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I literally looked out for that level. But the mechanics of the pirates fights, oof, I was fuming.
See, that's the thing about Kingdom Hearts 3 to me. I think, this might be a controversial opinion, I think the Pirates of the Caribbean ship sailing in Kingdom Hearts 3 is one of the, if not the best, like, ship sailing games that we've ever gotten. Like, you look at Black Flag, you look at Sea of Thieves. Kingdom Hearts actively contends with it, I think.
Listen, me and a lot of other people consider the Pirates of the Caribbean section of Kingdom Hearts 3 the best Pirates game ever.
Oh yeah, it is. It absolutely hands down is it. Like, God, are we counting Wind Waker as well? Because,
no,
like,
Pirates of the Caribbean, like from the series itself, it's the best game. That encapsulates the movies the best. Like, you have Legend of Jack Sparrow. Utter trash. I had it on my PS2. And it's just like, oh my god. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3, but I saw my friend play it. And like, bruh.
Yeah, for me, my favorite level of Kingdom Hearts 3 was actually Toy Box, was the Toy Story level, purely because my cousin, when I was a kid, he had Toy Story 2 for the PS1, and
oh my god, yes! I love that game!
and that brought back like immediate memories of
Yes.
that game because it was based in Toy Story 2
Yeah.
level, so it was very much like a point of my childhood literally got ripped out of my brain and just thrown against the screen.
So here's the thing with me, right? I sometimes do a bunch of retro games, right? I once did 2 back-to-back, which was Toy Story. I completely played the game. And I also did, I tried Bugs Life. But I shouldn't have done Bugs Life. Bugs Life should stay in my childhood because it's not as good as Toy Story 2. But yeah, Toy Story 2, goated game. Everyone should play it. Get yourself a Nintendo 64 emulator and play it.
Absolutely, yeah.
It is so good. One of the best 3D platformers I've ever experienced in my life.
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 just did a lot of things right. Like, I know the sort of popular thing right now is to just, like, say how confusing Kingdom Hearts is and all that kind of stuff, but it's not even... The lore isn't confusing, it's kind of what I would call calorically dense. It's a very dense narrative, like, that builds upon itself and sort of advances.
Yeah, because you have...
retcons.
Because I know there's this guy who's actually this guy, but he's also this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy.
Oh, the Xehanort discs?
Yeah.
No, but like, this is the thing, like, we've got some really interesting plot coming up, which I'm very excited about. Like, I'm very interested in seeing the nature of Quadratum and the nature of life after death in Kingdom Hearts, which is, like, not gonna lie, extremely intriguing, but that's the thing, like, we've gotten some really interesting stuff, and there's been some really interesting moments in Kingdom Hearts as well, like, in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's a moment that sort of felt like a really nice tie-in for the mobile game, that every player in the mobile game got turned into a reaction command where, like, during one of the sort of more final boss fights, Sora's riding on the sort of keyblade, like a wave of keyblades of, like, deceased keyblade wielders from the Keyblade War. But, like, every reaction command has a player name, so every strike is a different player from that game attacking the enemy, and that was a really, really nice touch.
Also, yeah, you finish.
Yeah, no, sorry, but that's what I love about Kingdom Hearts, is that, like, people can make fun of it all they want, but it is one of the best series out there. Like, it's done something not many other series have been capable of doing, and then done it well, which is an even more standout point, I think.
I may just say, I'll probably finish Kingdom Hearts 2 someday, but I immediately fell in love with Axel. Axel is bae.
Yeah, Axel and Aqua are my favorites. Like, Axel in Kingdom Hearts 3 and beyond actually is my favorite. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 era Axel, great, but Lee is amazing.
I was watching one of my friends play Kingdom Hearts 3, right? And I was like, the like, go to this area first to this area with, like, allies fighting, right? And then the scene with Axel, I was just like, no! You can't do this to me! And then the game is like, psych. And I'm like, fuck you, game, you can't do this to me.
It's like, the thing I think people dislike about Kingdom Hearts is that to them the lore makes no sense. And the lore makes sense, it's just a lot of lore and a lot of stuff to keep a track of, but it's actually, like, the information itself isn't extremely dense. There's just a lot of it.
It's like the simple plot of Metal Gear. Smile.
Yeah, like, Metal Gear is, I assume, fairly easy to understand. There is just a lot to keep a track of.
There's a lot to keep track of.
Yes.
Because
This guy is my father, but the guy who is my father is also my grandchild.
I think there is the timeline is not the order of games. That is all over the place because the first game in the series is the third game, while the last game in the series is the fourth game, or Rising, Metal Gear Revengeance. That is technically the last game in the chronology, but of the main series, it is actually the fourth game.
Ah yes, Metal Gear Angry Senator.
It is Trump. Donald Trump is the enemy.
Oh god. But yeah, if I had to pick, it would be Kingdom Hearts. Like, there are too many good choices, like Life is Strange, Night in the Woods, but Kingdom Hearts has left such a profound effect on me as a creator that it's really the only choice.
Games are just amazing. Most of the games that I am fond with are games from my childhood. Like, for example, one of my favorite games is Bugs Bunny Back in Time. It is such a weird thing to say. It's not a popular game at all. It's just a 3D platformer with Bugs Bunny, you know? And it's just it's like one of my first gaming experiences.
Oh yeah, I remember getting a bunch of like very discounted games from somewhere. I think I'd just been given them because I think one of my cousins was just getting rid of a bunch of old games, and so I had one of the Kevin Conroy Batman games that I could just never understand because the tutorial level starts you on top of a building and then doesn't re-mention what you're supposed to do, so you're constantly just falling into a red pit of smoke.
Yeah.
And I've never played it further than that. That was the thing as well with the Avatar: The Legend of the Last Airbender video game for the PS2. I never got past the first level as a kid because it never made any sense where I was supposed to go. And I think at the time, top-down didn't really appeal to me as a gamer, so I was just kind of like, I'll play something else.
Games that I really played a lot. I had like a Windows XP with laptop, and there's a couple of games that I always would play that I would spend hours on. Age of Mythology, GTA San Andreas. I got it for pretty cheap, and then a game that I really want fucking remastered because I'm so fond of it. Battle for Middle-earth 2. It's an RTS. It's an RTS Lord of the Rings game, but it was so fucking good. I just want to replay it. Like, those are some games, and I also had a PS2. I played a lot of Battlefront 2 there.
Oh god, I remember Battlefront 2. I remember playing as a stormtrooper and dying on the stairs because you jump wrong on the stairs and you instantly die because of fall damage for some reason.
I always played the normal combat unit because they would shoot hard and fast, but it was only against AI. So like, for some reason, like, I remember this greatly. Like, I just, like, two things. First off, boarding ships and just being an absolute asshole on the inside of their ship in space battles. And on the Battle of Hoth, just going to the Rebels base, sitting in a corner doing the same fucking thing.
See, a thing for me that I'll always remember in terms of Star Wars video games is that a local arcade when I was a kid, still living in England at the time, had Star Wars pod racing, and you could sit inside Anakin's pod racer.
Oh my god.
And I miss that so much. I genuinely miss that game. I wish it could come back, or I wish I had the money to purchase one. I had no idea where I would put it, but I wish I had one, you know?
Yeah. Gaming has changed my life. When I got a better laptop, one of the first games that I really got into, and this gave me my love of Fallout, New Vegas. got New Vegas, I was like interested, like, hey yo, this game looks cool. Let's play it, and boom, instantly fell in love with Fallout.
Yeah. A lot of my friendships began because of Fallout New Vegas. I remember one of my closest friends and I, she was my roommate at the time, and we would sit together on the couch, like eating like not great quality food, but we really enjoyed it. And we made one of our university professors in Fallout New Vegas because he was not a nice person particularly. So what we did was we got him all the way to Vegas, found him like sexy pajamas and a fedora, and then sent him into Quarry Junction.
Yeah.
So now he's stuck atop a crane, and he's stuck atop a crane with about 4 to 5 deathclaws chasing him. Which feels like the ultimate kind of karmic purgatory for the guy, I guess. Also, I think New Vegas is sort of associated with trans people a lot because it's like you choose the character you want to be. Like for me, I would always like min-max so that my luck was like at 10. So that I would go to New Vegas, I would bankrupt every casino, and then basically have the easiest game experience because you just have infinite money at that point. Like infinite luck, like 10 luck and 10 charisma, and you're basically sold. Like that.
God, there's so many like games in the world. I like gaming.
Yeah, I mean, that's the joy of being a streamer. It's a lot of sharing the things you love with the world. Because I know a lot of streamers that I watch tend to do like model making sometimes. I know a streamer friend of mine, Emmy, does a lot of like model making on Mondays and that kind of thing. And like, I'm not dexterous enough to make models, but I would love to get into music streaming at some point, like get an electric drum kit and play things, like that kind of energy.
Yeah. Here's another fun one. So next to my school there was a place where we could stay as kids, right? It wasn't like a group of kids from school, and that's what I usually like was like the entire week there, and then in the weekends at home. One of the PS3 games that I got for myself, but I didn't have a chance to play it at home because we didn't have a PS3 yet, but there we had one. Was I am a fan of Batman. I am a DC nerd, right? And I got Batman Arkham City, right? Because I've seen, like, I used to have no way to play like modern games, like we couldn't get like a lot of games. Like we had a Wii at home, for example, but they have a lot of like very expensive and new games. I remember myself watching an entire playthrough of the Wii game. What's it called? It's a game like Pikachu, but it's like a bunch of party games that you have to like roam around like areas and see a lot of Pokemon. I don't remember what it's called, but basically I watched an entire playthrough of that, and I also watched an entire playthrough of Arkham Asylum. And I got Arkham City because like I saw that Arkham Asylum game, and I'm like, yo, I wanna see, like, I wanna play this game.
Yeah.
And I had half an hour each day that I could play on the PS3, right? And it was on the main screen in like the couch area. And I played Batman, and I remembered like the person that was gonna play after me, right, was sitting there watching me play Batman, right? I remembered how hyped we were. Like even like the person that had to look after us, like this was a Mr. Freeze fight. It was exceeding my half an hour, but everyone was so hyped and excited for that fight. It was so tense that I could exceed my half an hour for that, you know? I remember like being so on the edge of my seat because that fight, like if you're not prepared for it, you are having a tense battle because Mr. Freeze adapts himself constantly to what you do to him. Which Yeah, so that's why it was tense, and after we like beat him, everyone was like, yeah! It's really fun. God, I miss my childhood, I'm gonna be honest. Good times.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think. Like you mentioned Lord of the Rings, and now all I'm thinking about is Shadows of War, or Shadows of Mordor.
I haven't played those yet.
They're really good. Like that was the thing I really enjoyed, like the Nemesis system, and
Haha, Warner Bros. Doing anything with that? Thought not.
yeah. I would have loved to have seen more games have something similar with than the Nemesis system, like have bosses, and like I think that kind of thing would have revolutionized like AAA gaming, because AAA gaming has that kind of problem of, okay, there are 99 different leaves in this city that you need to find the ultimate weapon, and then you must go on a 45 quest line to be able to think about the ultimate weapon kind of energy. And it's a thing, like it's sort of a reason I watch Zero Punctuation a lot, is very much like I share that kind of sentiment of like an open world needs to feel like you're actually making a difference, and if you're just collecting collectibles in fields of green and yonder, it doesn't really inspire much confidence as to the rest of the game.
I remember getting my first PS4. It was my birthday. I was allowed earlier off from work, and I asked my mom, can I get a PS4 with my money? Right? And I bought a second-hand PS4 and bought some games with it. First game that I immediately grabbed was Fallout 4, because here's the funny thing, I pre-ordered the collector's edition of Fallout 4 PC without having a PC to run it on. That's how much I was into Fallout, right? But I had Fallout, and I had enough money for another game, and I got The Witcher 3, and oh my god, like I got recommended by my friend who was working in the game store, like, get Witcher 3, you'll really love it if you like Fallout, and I really love it.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. That's been a thing with me. Like I am very much a solitary gamer. Like this is the thing, like several streamer friends have been getting me into like MOBAs and MMOs again recently. Like I've been playing, well, I say playing loosely. I'm not doing very well at the game, but I'm very much enjoying Omega Strikers. I'm also enjoying good old Honkai Star Rail, mostly just because my polls have been really good, and I'm not actively craving a character. So like when I get a character that's like, oh yeah, they're kind of cool, then I've got an entire party of, yeah, they're kind of cool characters, which is always really nice.
I hate my friends. So my best friend got me into League of Legends. And he was like, let's play with my friend group who we play with. Here is one of the reasons I hate to roll mid lane. I was a beginner. I did not know anything about the fucking game. I got sent first off into mid lane, the lane of the tryhards. Second off, because they wanted to matching skin comp, I was forced to play one of the hardest champs for a beginner. I got Katarina mid. Years later, a few months ago, I finally realized how much of an asshole move that was from my friends. Like, we were in a voice chat, and I just, like, dozed off and thought, like, a nostalgia thought, and suddenly I snapped out of it, and I'm like, you guys are fucking assholes. They're like, why? When I first started playing League, you made me play Katarina mid. You're assholes.
I think for me, I've been kind of warmed to the idea of playing Dubu. Like Dubu's very fun. We love and appreciate Dubu. Even it's like there was a funny match that me and I think a few others had where it was I think the enemy team had a Dubu that was like trying to be a forward, and it was very funny to see someone
Forward Dubu is hilarious.
Yeah, forward Dubu is so cursed, and I thoroughly appreciate it.
In the beta, I was that asshole Julian who like didn't care about the ball. I cared about your life being ended.
Oh god, I've done the same thing. I think one of my first games, I had to literally be told, Songbird, just focus on the ball. But I'm like, no. But if everyone's dead, then free goal, right?
Yeah, I'm like murder.
Yeah, there's an intrinsic desire to just cause absolute havoc at all times that I have to continually suppress.
I with Estelle I did that too. Like at the end of the beta I tried playing Estelle, and I just like, yeah, I'll hit the ball, but I'll also bang the enemy. I am an asshole. But about gaming, like, I love like being in a VC. Like, call me a needy little fucking bitch, because I am. When I'm in a VC, I stream games, and I love when people like watch and commentate of my gameplay. I'm that needy little bitch. I just love people watching me play games. Okay.
That's been me as well. Like especially in collabs, I've very much coined. I say coined the term, at least in my friend groups. I've coined the term game grumping, where it's like very much just like, let me be the Danny to your Aaron and just sit and make fun of you for an hour during gameplay.
That's why I always sit in. Usually I sit in my open stream VC. When I'm not feeling good, I'll go either private, like nobody is allowed, or in my private VC, where only a few people are allowed. But most of the time you'll find me streaming in my open VC, because I want to talk to people. I have people talk to each other. Like most of the time when I'm playing Genshin or something and I'm in VC, like having like, for example, like people talk to each other while I game, I'm just like being happy.
Yeah.
It just makes me happy to see my friends with me and having a good time.
Yeah, and like that's kind of the sort of energy that I'd like to foster going forwards. Like
Cutie.
Yeah, so like I just the thing is, like, I don't want to be tied down to sort of one genre of content creation necessarily. Like I like having my options open and letting the wind take me where it may. Like for me, like that's kind of the thing with Lycaon. Like we don't just produce Lycaon. We have like full-on meditation audios that we'll be making. We've made like a hour-long sort of soundscape and all that kind of stuff. And like I try to be as undefinable as possible. But most people end up calling me cute regardless, so it's like, the one enemy I cannot escape.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been called cute since the dawn of time, even IRL. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Now I'm like, people are saying like, you're adorable, and I'm like, well, I have a shirt that says that, so I guess it's true.
Yeah. It was like I was in a VC for a Celeste stream recently, and I don't think I was actively chaotic, but watching chat be chaotic and just gently poking chat, just be like, yes, do it more, I'm like, I'm just not so much actively inciting chaos, but just kind of gently prodding people. It's more of a game of yes and really, like because you continue the joke for as long as the joke has oil to light the fire, but
Yeah.
you know.
Like Foxto. I mean, that.
Yeah, sure.
It's a community meme here. So is a fox. No, I'm not a fox. Even though they're getting what they want, I'm not a fox. Anger. Talking about that, yeah, that VRChat model is being made. So yeah, expect a week of Foxto. Ya bastards. What childhood game would you like to replay?
Oh god. This is gonna sound like a weird one for weird reasons.
Nothing
I
is
would
weird
like
here.
to play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on the, I think it was either the DS or the Game Boy again.
Red and blue?
Yeah.
Let's go! Red and blue rescue team are golden.
Yeah, because I'm convinced there was a thing of like, you could go into the house, like there's the whole moment where you're being cast out of the town, right?
Yeah.
I had a theory years ago, like I just had a thought pop into my head of, you get warned about going into the houses when everyone's asleep, but does that still mean you can't, or can you? Because I'm very interested to find out if you can like get spotted, like and go into other people's houses during the outcast sequence.
Yeah.
That's been my kind of weird thing. Like I'd love to go back to that game just to give myself the peace of mind that I was either correct or wrong.
I'd love to replay Red and Blue Rescue Team because I want to play as Furren.
That's entirely fair.
Also nostalgia reasons, you know.
Ah yes, good old nostalgia blindness.
The thing that I hated the most about that game is what a fucking playpen do I need for which Pokemon? It was so horrendous. Like, do I need the swamp or the mushy forest for this one Pokemon? I hated it with my entire soul. Or like finding that one Pokemon you could recruit it when you have like 20 million fucking like thingies. It's like, where is this Magnemite? They're at the electrical plant, right? Nope. Good luck finding them. I hate it. Because you wanted to like evolve your like, for example, like, what is it called? Like, random Pokemon Slowbro. You want to evolve your Slowbro, right? But like, good luck finding him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, that was the thing. I missed out on a lot of the Pokemon games, as it were, because of just kind of childhood medical reasons kind of thing. So, like, I'm still catching up to this day. Like, the most recent Pokemon game I have is Sword. Which is a really good game, by the way, but, like, there's just not enough time in the day to play all the Pokemon games I've missed.
Like, I have some catching up to do. I only played Red and Blue Rescue Team. I didn't play any of the others. Also, like, I recently, like, on stream, through a Citra emulator, I played through Ultra Moon, which is really fun. That was my first, like, experience of, like, Gen 7, because I quit at X and Y. I was like, I'm not enjoying this anymore, I'm stopping here. You know? I still have to go through Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So yeah, and some other Pokemon games basically, but I am planning to do a run of Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver. Definitely. Because, oh my god, I love those games. I was addicted to them. To Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like, just, like, something that I played a lot in Hard Gold and Soul Silver was the Pokeathlon. Like the sports minigame with Pokemon. Abu?
Yeah.
Someone's dozing off. I'm sorry.
No. I'm just letting you speak. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah.
Silly. Are there mobile games you play?
Not many. I have tried, but it's really hard to grab my attention on a mobile game. One of the only notable examples I have is a rhythm game, because of course it is, called Bandori Girls Band Party, which has its own anime now, and it is one of the most striking rhythm games I've ever played. Like, you get like, well, I guess 7 different bands now that you can mix and match the members of, and you play a lot of J-rock and J-pop songs and like original content from the anime, which is what sort of brought my attention to it, because there's a few songs that you see sort of basically what I would call jubiphonic bait, you know, like Last One's Weeping, Roku Chonen to like Chonen Monogatari, like songs like that.
We should watch an anime together. I don't know if you've watched it or not, but I want to rewatch it.
What anime is it, sorry?
Paripi Kangming.
No, I think the most recent rhythm music anime that I watched was Oshinoko, and that, even thinking about it still affects me. That anime was fantastic.
I feel heartless. I'm gonna be honest. I feel heartless. Everyone's like, yeah, you'll cry, and I'm just like, I didn't. I feel heartless. But to give a simple premise of what Paripi Kongming is, Ziliang, yes, from Chinese history, gets reverse isekai to modern day Japan and helps this girl get into the music industry. One of the things he does, there's a concert, like a battle between like the girl and some other artist who's more popular than her. What Xie Liang does is he effectively does the unreturning formation during that concert. And you'll see how funny it is to have like a military strategist help like a girl reach the top.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, there's a bunch of anime that I need to watch, because like anime is another thing that I just kind of fell off watching for a long time. Like, I watch a lot of clips and stuff of anime that interest me, but like,
if you want, I can show you the first episode after stream.
Yeah, we can definitely see about that at some point. Yeah.
At some point, I'm inviting you after stream to do something. At some point.
Sorry, the life of a creator. I'm just. But yeah, no, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like there's a lot of anime that I'd like to watch at some point. It's just sitting down and working through the backlog, as it were. Like, I finally started watching Satoshi Kon's content. I'm sort of almost finished Paprika, which is one of the honestly quite weirdest movies I've ever watched. But I mean, that's Satoshi Kon. Satoshi Kon's whole like psychological horror profile is something that I'm really interested in as a writer. I would love to be able to write psychological horror more effectively, because a lot of my interests when I was in university was writing essentially queer body horror as kind of a reclamation of self. So I sort of read a lot of Parasite body horror and stuff like that, and just a lot of science fiction, body horror in general, to sort of create my own kind of story, which I need to find again, because that was a story I was particularly proud of. Was the lesbian parasite body horror story I wrote for an assignment.
Now I'm interested.
I will see if I can find it someday. Yeah.
Yeah. I lost track of where we were. Give me a moment. What would the ultimate game from your favorite franchise be? And with franchise, I mean anything from games, movies, series, book series, anything.
Like, does it have to already exist, or does the concept of it being a game already exist, or is this just I'm creating something?
No, like something that you'd love to exist. Like, for example, I had somebody literally answer this with no thought. They immediately answered this question with Love Life fighting game.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I'd love a No Man's Sky style Interstellar game from the movie Interstellar, because it is one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, the idea of being able to physically be within the Tesseract and like explore fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, X dimensional space would be incredibly interesting. If I had to meld two things into a weird genre, what would that be? Because I mean, now you're talking about Love Life fighting games. I'm trying to think of like what's the weirdest thing I've watched that would be really interesting as a fighting game. I mean, a modern She-Ra game would be quite interesting, like She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, or like even Centaur World. Give me a Centaur World rhythm fighting game. Let's do that. Let me see Glendale fight people to the death while I've got to do like DDR or Guitar Hero style riffs.
Oh my god, that just dropped like another game into my head. I used to have a rhythm game, a Jungle Book rhythm game, on the PC back in the day.
Oh gosh, yeah. I think the weirdest game I had was a SpongeBob SquarePants typing game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have vivid memories of the SpongeBob SquarePants typing game, and then there was also a God, even younger, like a Thomas That Tank Engine mini games game for like the Windows Vista or like Windows 98. It's like, you must help them make a cake. Make a cake. Make a cake. And it's like, now I kind of see why there's such a big spate of like sort of early Vista era horror games based on like edutainment stuff. Like you see Baldi's Basics and education and learning, and like that stuff is just like prime real estate for making games out of, honestly.
Yeah. There's also like a typing game that exists. It's like a horror game. And to like use your weapons, you have to type what's on screen. Like for example, to shoot a zombie, you have to like type out the word. So it got really stressful really quick, you know?
Is it Typing of the Dead?
Yes, it's that one.
Oh my god, I remember that game from like, see, I remember that game from like arcades, like, and of course the very interesting inflectional voice acting, like, I'm going to get the limited power.
God, I love voice acting, good voice acting and bad voice acting. Like, like, oh my god, if I always come back to this. The voice acting done for the Handsome Jack is so good. Like, the famous quote where he's like, I'm trying to think of this name for this diamond pony I got. Like, you can just hear him spinning in his fucking chair with his apple in his hand, you know?
Yeah, I thoroughly see. Borderlands has always been one of those games that I've wanted to finish, but it's very much you play it with friends or you don't enjoy it because it feels very like it's always felt like it says it's a single player game, but it's best enjoyed as part of a group. Like also, yeah, that's the name, Typing of the Dead. Yeah. But yeah, Borderlands has always been one of those games. Like, Borderlands 2 is the game I had, and it was very fun, but it's not fun when you play it with siblings. I'll put it that way. Because unless you have a real, like, understanding of what you want from the game, there's gonna be bickering. There's gonna be, why didn't you let me have the legendary weapon? You got the last one! Kind of, like, arguments, and it's like, that's not fun. That's never fun. Yeah. But, yeah, it's just one of those games, like, I'd like to play it at some point because Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep is, I think, one of my favorite concepts of all game DLC I've ever seen. Like, that trope of, oh, they're playing a D&D game inside of a game. Wowie!
Wowie!
Like, yeah, like, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to just kind of see, how that kind of develops, and especially because it's Tiny Tina, it's that thing of like, oh, you're facing a slime. Oh no, that boss is too easy. You're facing Ultra Mega Death Dragon 5000 now, and everyone was like, oh my god, no.
I was playing the pre-sequel earlier with a close friend, and I just love how it's like the story being told by a Tina, and when they're talking, when it's like about like the first boss with his jump pads, like Brick and Mordecai are like, wait, you guys had jump pads? That's not fair, we didn't have jump pads. And then Tina's like, but there was a lot of killing of innocent life. And then Brick was like, okay, but jump pads though.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. Tales from the Borderlands, from the Telltale games, which
that was amazing. I loved it. I got it from PS Plus, and I just enjoyed it. Like, I love how it gave you the sensible option, but then the game also was like, hey, have the handsome Jack option, which is really fucking funny.
Oh yeah. It also introduced me to one of my favorite musical artists, which I do regularly pester my partners about, the artist known as James Blake, who is basically just sad boy indie electronica music, but his stuff is incredible. I can only recommend, especially if you need like down-tempo music. Like, this has been a thing with me. I could recommend music for days, like, because I listen to literally everything. Like, it's not just I listen to all of a genre. I listen to a little, iridescent. Like, when you escape the Hyperion space station, Retrograde by James Blake is the song that plays, and it is one of my favorite songs of all time.
If you want a random playlist with random shit, you'd have my playlist that I play when I'm being productive.
Oh yeah.
This playlist just like has like a bunch of random shit thrown into it.
Yeah, like this is the thing with me, like I very, very, very much enjoy music, like to the point where like my recommendations playlist for people span countries, span genres, like my music taste is so like this isn't me being facetious. My music taste is legitimately just odd. Like,
yeah, mine is too.
I was recommending like Senegalese avant-garde funk to people, as well as like Yoruban pop and stuff like that, or like Yoruban indie.
Like, I will listen to 80s pop the one moment, and then suddenly listen to symphonic metal the other. You know? It's just so random, my music taste. Like, modern music I absolutely despise unless there's like a random song that sticks out to me and I'm like, I love this. Like, a great example of a recent song that I really like is Wait, let me give a peek. I don't know the name out of my head, but it is in here. Shut Up and Dance. That's a modern song that I really liked. It's in the playlist. Like,
yeah, for me, I think it was oh god, it was a George Ezra song. Oh, Budapest. That was the song. Like, it's the only modern song that I actually like modern pop. Because it's just, I really like his voice. But yeah, like I listen to a lot of different stuff because I'm always just like craving new stuff, and I'm very like, I like to, my thing as a creator as well is I like to recommend things to people that they would never have heard of otherwise, and then that becomes their favorite new thing. Like, I remember chatting to a fellow streamer friend of mine, and we were talking about like our music tastes, and they were like, oh yeah, I'm very into jazz. And so we got talking about sort of the modern jazz scene, like The Comet Is Coming, and then we started talking about Snarky Puppy, which is like avant-garde jazz with like loads of different kind of like styles to it, and we start like gushing about how good like Snarky Puppy is and all that kind of stuff. And like, I remember someone that I was talking to mentioned the name Merzbow, and I was like, no way someone brought up Merzbow, who was literally like, I would only describe his stuff as like noise. It is literally, it's experimental noise music. And it's really interesting, but it is, you have to be in a very particular mood to listen to like noise, like experimental noise, never mind just noise music.
I have a song. It's to give context. This is really good just like to put on the background and you don't want to listen to the music, just to have some white noise. But the fact that what makes this so good is that this is from a game, but you don't normally go to such a hidden part of the menus. This is the model viewer music of JoJo.
Oh my god.
Just listen to it for the bit, and like, it's just a banger to put on the background, you know? Like, you would not normally hear this, and this is the most banging menu music you'll ever hear.
Yeah, the synth in it is really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just like, wait, I'll play it on stream. I'll pause this and I'll play it on stream for a bit. Like, this is just a banger. Like, I have put this on repeat multiple times just when I just want to be brain dead about something. Like, the first time me hearing this was like a video about like the interactions in like one of the JoJo fighting games, right? And I'm like, this song slaps. Where is this from? And I literally searched for this. And I'm so happy I found it. It's like one of those songs that's hidden in a video game that you normally don't hear, and once you find it, you're like, can't stop listening to it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's been me again with Friday Night Funkin'. There's been a mod called the Hex mod, which has been my all-time favorite. And now that I've got the weekend update again, and it's much harder, but it is much more rewarding, like melodically to listen to, because it's really just a proper upgrade of what the Hex mod is. Like, the difficulty doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just gonna make blast beats for a giggle, so it's like, I'm gonna make like electronic blast beats, so it's like the hardest game ever kind of energy.
Yeah.
Like, that's boring. I find that really boring. I would watch people play it, but I would never play it myself.
I have a friend, Ludi. I don't remember the game it is, but he makes maps for that game, like, with his friends. It's just very interesting. I should like let him show you his stuff sometime. Like,
yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah.
be like, hey Ludi, Liddy, show your shit. Nah. What shit? The music shit. But yeah. Music, like, can you imagine a world without music?
Oh god, I mean, this has been the thing with me, like my family has been so defined by music that I think to have no music would just irrevocably change what it meant to be a creator for me, I think.
Wait, did you fall away or? Does this 1-1? Okay, you're still here. I thought you like died.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay, because like it sounded like you abruptly ended your sentence.
No, I'm just letting you speak.
Okay, here's another cool question. If there was a game made about you, what would it be?
Oh god, it would be...
Honestly,
it would be a fully realized RPG. I would, like, but it would definitely have rhythm game mechanics, because that's just kind of who I am, like...
I'm gonna be honest, I thought you were gonna immediately say rhythm game.
Let's just say Rhythm Elden Ring.
Rhythm? Yes, rhythm, like games that include rhythm, like what's that one recent game that's like where you have to fight on the beat? God, I forgot the name.
Well, there is Crypt of the Necrodancer, but I don't think it's that one.
What is it? Hi-Fi Rush. That's the one. Hi-Fi Rush is a rhythm, like, adventure game. And, like, the way the combat works in the bosses is, like, you have to, like, use your moves on the beat. Another game that I really like, No Straight Roads. It's a music game about rock versus EDM. And, like, the best, oh my god, I gush about the final boss so much because every boss fights on the rhythm of their song.
Yeah, No Straight Roads is a game that I'd like to play at some point. I think it's currently on Humble Bundle, so I've been like itching to get a hold of it, as well as Trombone Hero as well, because I've watched RT Game play some of Trombone Hero, and it looks so chaotic, and I'm very much a person who enjoys chaos in my video games.
I just love how the Street Roads, like the boss, like they're telegraphed by the music. Like I can just see it in my head, like the moveset of the final boss, because like there's a note that holds, but while the note is holding, she like winds up an attack and slashes, right? So it's like yo. Also, Sophie didn't make me say something. This is Sophie speaking through this phone. I am holding your heart hostage, and all I want is your attention.
Oh no, I have been held hostage. I am die.
Yeah.
Who knew my fated end would be on a momsto's? Just reminds me of that that meme on YouTube, Bottom Gear. Jams, I have inhaled petroleum fume. Jams, I am die.
Tonight on Bottom Gear, James.
Tonight on Bottom Gear.
James avoids his taxes. Hammond drives to a children's hospital, and I commit tax fraud.
Show budget does not exceed 33 yen. Yeah.
Bottom Gear.
Yeah, like this is the fun thing about streaming. I just love playing games, and it would be lovely to like play games for people. I think would be quite nice to do.
Here's some fun questions. You got 1 million. What do you do with it?
Oh god, okay. I would sort out my whole transition first, and then with whatever's left over, I will pay off a house. Not even just a house. I'll probably just set up a commune somewhere in like the European wilderness with like a bunch of like chosen family and creators, and just kind of, you know, have a collective kind of vibe to it, I guess. Like just a bunch of creators vibing together in a random commune in the woods. I think would be pretty fun, and like obviously take care of me and my own, but yeah.
Sounds cute. Okay, next up. Who is your favorite fictional protagonist? Good guy, anti-hero?
Oh gosh, okay. Favorite villain?
No, protagonist, I said.
Protagonist, okay.
Win Altaria. Bad. Can't skip my questions.
I'm not skipping your questions. I thought you were qualifying the villain as part of that. Gosh, who have I really enjoyed as an anime protagonist? I mean,
it's not an anime protagonist, could be any protagonist.
Any protagonist. Okay.
Could literally be John F. Kennedy.
Ah, yes, John F. Kennedy, star of the Barbie movie.
John F. Kennedy, protagonist of Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Zombies.
For God's sake. I mean, there's a soft spot in my heart for Aqua from Kingdom Hearts, but there's just a lot of really strong female protagonists that I really enjoy, like May from Night in the Woods, Aqua, Kingdom Hearts, like Ellie from
Last of Us?
From The Last of Us. Yeah, like there's it's mostly just moments where people have done female protagonists really well, like Chloe Price from Life is Strange, like yeah. I mean, I guess the more standard options would be like Roxas from Kingdom Hearts, because like Sora's good and all. I love Sora, but there is something more interesting about Roxas, and especially
like that,
about Ventus.
Like that 3-hour tutorial.
I mean, who doesn't love a 3-hour tutorial that ends with your heart being broken and shattered into a million pieces?
I was like, oh my fucking god, let me play the fucking game.
And then there was me crying at, well, I guess summer really is over. Like, no, you don't do that to my baby boy. Like, my baby boy, no.
Oh my god, when you had to fight Axel, like, in that one place, it was like, no! Don't let me fight him. He's cool.
I'm so flattered. Like, yeah.
Also, I love the moment after it. Like, the hooded guy in Trevor's town. No, in Bastion, Hollow Bastion, right? Like, the hooded guy. I'm just like, this is Axel. Moves like Axel, talks like Axel, this is Axel.
Like, that was one of the things with me in Kingdom Hearts, is that Demyx is one of my most feared boss fights. Even though the character is such a, like, comic relief character, his boss fight is so weird because you've never had to do something like it. And then all of a sudden you've got to kill every single, like, water clone in 10 seconds, or you lose the fight and have to start from the very beginning again.
Oh my god. I really like him. I saw him, but like, the first time you see him, I'm like, yo, this guy's cool. He's funny. Also, here's an annoying Kingdom Hearts boss fight. The boss fight in a monster in a Chain of Memories on the GBA.
I've never actually played Chain of Memories.
That was so annoying because you had platforms that moved. On a GBA game. Smile.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what the hardest boss fight that I've ever done that I've succeeded at. Oh god, it would be Radahn. I think Radahn, like, discounting all of the followers you can summon, Radahn is the first boss I think I've ever soloed in Elden Ring particularly, but I know a friend of mine and I we'd defeated Moog finally, which felt like a nice piece of justice, but we were like, before my laptop finally kicked the bucket for the moment, the last boss that we were attempting to do was Millennia, and we'd gotten to the second stage consistently, so like that, I guess, is like ultimate gamer achievement.
I hear a butt coming up, but like, I guess not.
No, I mean, I'm just, yeah, like, there's so many different like really good boss fights that like are hard for a reason, I guess.
I like how Maidadan, like, I played Elden Ring and streamed it on release. My first time with it done, I went into the area, I got 360 no scopes, get wrecked, right? And I'm just like very quiet. And I'm like, huh, well then.
Yeah, the no scoping was fun because like my strategy was like originally you run up the hill, you get on the horse, you like mass summon your followers, and then you just sprint. You let them deal with it, and then you just sprint. And when they all die, you can resummon them again, and then you just sprint.
My hardest boss that I did, and I'm very proud of it because my friend who got me Dark Souls had never beaten that boss in all his time. I beat Dark Eden Midir in Dark Souls 3 before him.
I still haven't finished Dark Souls 3.
Midir...
Furthest I've gotten is the Wolves of Farron, but that's about it.
Okay, here's the thing, Ryan. I don't get this. People apparently say that the Abyss Witches is one of the toughest bosses for them. I'm like, Abyss Witches is a fun boss. It's not hard, it's not easy, it's just fun. And then if you have a party of 3 people, Abyss Witches get really funny. Wanna know why? You can't bully him.
Oh, fair. I mean,
like,
I think
it's literally you form a triangle. Like one of you guys, like either like counters or like stuns him, and then with 3 people just around him, just whack 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 whack. It's just funny, eh? How you can bully certain bosses. Also, I'm very okay. I will shout Sophie out on this. I'm very proud of Sophie. I gifted Sophie Dark Souls 3, right? And that was her first Dark Souls. She beat Gundyr in 3 tries. As a first time Dark Souls player. I was so fucking proud of her. Sophie makes me incredibly proud most of the time.
Yeah, like, that was the thing with me in Bloodborne, like, some of the bosses they paint is really difficult, like Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos, and I literally managed to cheese it, and then I did the next boss, which was the Celestial Emissary, and I cheesed that as well. And I was very surprised, like, maybe I was way over leveled, but it was very funny to just go from, like, Elder boss completely wiped out in like 10 minutes to like the kin boss, and then just immediately wipe it out within like even less time.
Yeah. Anyway, up to the next question, the one you wanted to skip to. Who's your favorite fictional antagonist? Bad guy, evildoer. But remember, because they're a bad guy doesn't mean they're a bad guy.
I mean, oh god, I love villains. I love villainy in general, but I think, would I call him a villain? I mean, we're just talking about Kingdom Hearts again, but the Master of Masters, I think, is one of my favorite all-time villains, because he's not strictly evil, but he's not good. He's not a nice guy. He's like, 10 worlds can die. That's fine. They can all die. It's fine. He's very uncaring, but he's very random and very like, he's very Deadpool humor basically. Like he's very just like very chaotic and very easily amused, but he's also very psychopathic is the wrong word, but very just like uncaring toward the lives of others, because he's very much like gifted with the idea of prophecy, but like ultimately just across fiction in general, I guess.
Is this the Kingdom Hearts Oogle stream?
Yes, we're just slowly turning into Moogles by the end of the stream.
Nervous laughter from that?
I think outside of that in media, we've got like characters like Shigaraki and Dabi from My Hero Academia.
Okay, what about Twice? My boy Twice.
Twice is my favorite. But
Let's go!
I have such a girl crush on Dabi though. I have been told that that's a dumb idea, but I just love Dabi.
Nah, give me a boy like Twice.
Now he is very much just like an input for Deadpool, and I appreciate it. I appreciate my
I had so much
Deadpool
strong
guy.
emotions for Twice. I was like, no, my boy. God.
Yeah. Like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I think villains are just overall like more fun sometimes to be like to sort of be cognizant of in media. Like I've always been a girl who enjoys villains more than heroes. A lot of the time the villains are always more memorable to me. But I think that's the thing in anime, that the protagonist is there just as like viewer, like the viewer stand-in. Like you take like Sword Art Online and Attack on Titan and other kind of things sort of like that, where it's very much like, you are the guy who does the thing, yeah.
Okay, I'm going on a One Piece rant. This is what I love about One Piece. The entire time in One Piece, you feel like you're part of the story. Like, not a specific member of the crew, like, you are a crew member. Like, you just see them having fun, and like, you cry with them, you laugh with them, right? Like, here's the thing that happens to me, but sometimes I tend to listen to all the openings of One Piece, and I just start thinking about, like, everything that happened through the story, and I just, like, start nostalgia crying, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love this show.
Like, for me, it was nice to finally see Naruto over. Like, watching the conclusion of, like, Naruto Shippuden finally felt like a decade of media enjoyment for that series. And finally just, like, Boruto is its thing. Boruto is Boruto. Like, I don't really, like, Boruto is Boruto. That's kind of my only point to that, like...
Like, here's the thing with One Piece right now. One Piece is in its final saga. It's like at the start of the final saga, and right now in the manga, it's hype moment after hype moment after hype moment. Like, we're seeing literally different people doing things in the world. Everything is being set up. Like, we see like the main crew's perspective, but we're also seeing like the perspective of Law. We're seeing this perspective of Kid. We're seeing literally the perspective of Kobe right now. There's so much shit happening right now that there's like multiple like stories unfolding, and it's just hype after hype after hype.
It's like One Piece is one of those series that, like, I was so confused as to why there were so many it's been going consistently for 20 odd years now. Like it started
And
late 90s.
yeah, it's like it started in 69 somewhere behind that, after that. But like the fact that it just creates hype after hype after hype. Like you sometimes question like, how does this creator top itself, right? But then you remember, this is the writer that made its entire fan base cry over a ship. I am not kidding. Crying over a ship. That is not something a lot of writers can do.
Yeah, well, I mean, that shows, like, especially, like, a technical level of skill, I guess. Like, like, if you can cry over an inanimate object, then you're a skilled writer, I think. So that's always been my goal.
But like okay, here's the setup for this, right? So this was one of the big arcs. The arc is called Enies Lobby. Luffy fought his hardest battle to that day. Right? He was exhausted to the point where he couldn't stand. And the entire crew is backed into a corner, right? And suddenly all of them hear something call them to the sea. And they just collectively all jump into the ocean, yelling to the sea. And they land on the Mary, which was said earlier in the story that it's not sailworthy again. But the boat on its own went to go grab them. The moment it breaks down, the crew wanted to like gave it a Viking funeral, right? And then suddenly the entire crew just hears Gomene. Like the ship is literally starts talking and it's like, I'm sorry I couldn't bring you guys further. And like the entire ship and everyone just breaks down crying. You know?
Yeah.
It's just such a powerful like scene. And the moment Luffy starts like yelling like, you shouldn't apologize, Mary, it's our fault, we're idiots. Like you like just tears start bursting more. You know?
Yeah.
Now I wanna watch that scene again.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think sort of the moments, I guess, in anime that have most affected me have been like, the end of Terror and Resonance was, I think, one of my all-time favorites. I know people have complained about it since, but I think it perfectly wrapped up what it was meant to do. I think it only needed to be one season. It was one of those rare anime that only really needed one season to tell its entire story. Like series like that, or like Madoka Magica is one of my favorites because like when you watch it the first time, seeing Walpurgis Nacht and realizing what Walpurgis Nacht actually represents is harrowing. Like, never mind watching like main characters die, but like that's kind of inevitable with this kind of thing, you know, that kind of energy. But yeah.
To come back to One Piece, like there's like these hype moments where you're like, oh my fucking god, this is amazing, right? Or like in the I read the manga alongside watching the anime up to date, right? And in the manga, something got shown with Sanji. Like something on his body changed, right? And in the anime, I was watching constantly. I was like looking like a hawk to that. And the moment it happened, I was like, God, yeah. You know? I could go for hours. I should stop. God, I love talking.
Yeah. Oh, question for me. Are songs just audible strings of cheese? I mean, honestly, you know what? if we're going by string theory, then technically, because audio is waveform, and if audio was edible, then then waveform would technically probably be something that is a stringy consistency. So I imagine using sort of the general scientific vibe of string theory and the nature of like cause and causality and effect, that like cheese is ultimately music. Like, you get Gruyere and you just kind of vibe, I guess.
Comparing music to cheese.
I mean, that's where we are now, clearly.
What genre of music would cheddar be?
Oh, pop. Absolutely. Just pop. It's nice, everyone likes it, but it's not. It doesn't have necessarily a lot of character.
Okay, Kong. You already answered the country's question because of Sophie's question earlier, Kong. So I'm skipping that one. What dishes would you try, Kong? Would you like to try, Kong?
Oh God.
Could also include drinks, Kong.
God, what would I like to try? I mean, I'd like to try fugu fish if it was prepared correctly. I'm a big seafood fan. So like, if it was like ethically sourced, I'd love to try like a lot of different seafood. Like, I remember the most sort of strange seafood I've ever had is swordfish. That's probably about the most strange thing I've ever had, and that was in an Italian restaurant. Drinks wise, God, I'm trying to think. Like, Japan has a lot of really interesting drinks. Like, people keep telling me that matcha is quite nice, and I need to try it, but I just haven't. I think it's one of those drinks where I have to taste someone else's before I have my own to see if I like it. But yeah, I mean, oh God, what have I tried? That's the thing, like, because I remember having a lot of different really strange burgers when I was back in Ireland, like years and years ago, because they do burgers of the world during the Christmas market. So I think I had a Springbok burger, which was quite interesting. So essentially just exotic deer noises. And then there was like buffalo burgers and all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, Kong.
I sound like I'm gonna open like an exotic steakhouse or something like that. It's like, you bring me an emu, I'll grill it up fine.
Here's something that I want to try again. Yakitori.
I don't think I've had proper yakitori though. I don't think I've had proper yakitori.
Me and Soph had yakitori. I surprised her on the Japanese restaurant when we were here.
Oh, fair enough.
It was very cute and adorable, and like, I just loved the entire experience because like I was teaching Sophie to use chopsticks, and it was so cute and adorable. It was yakitori. You ordered dumplings, I had yakitori.
I think for me, one of my proudest moments, since I'm not great with my hands, one of the proudest things was during reenactment, I actually ate Skittles with chopsticks. And that felt like a big moment in my life, that I was able to not just maneuver chopsticks, but to eat something as difficult as Skittles with chopsticks. Like,
Rice must be very hard with chopsticks.
I mean, it's just a matter of dexterity, I think. Like, being a drummer, I think I picked up a lot more dexterity over the years, but, yeah.
If I can find it. So, there used to be, like, the sketch show. Well, it's also a comic series, mainly. Lucky Luke. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, I don't think so.
But it's basically like lonesome wanderer cowboy Like that's the main premise of the main character, right? But there's like scenes where like they're eating rice with chopsticks, and then like, and it's just like they're trying to eat it, but it goes all over the place. Anyway, my last question for you. I'm being interviewed now. You're the questionnaire. Questionee, question whatever you're calling it. Interviewer.
Okay. Yeah, I actually do have a few interesting questions.
Only a few? Damn.
Hey, I'm very concise. So yeah, my first question is, what's your desert island song? If you had no way to listen to music except for one song, what song would be the song that you would never get sick of?
I'm gonna cheat and I'm opening my playlist. There we go. What's a song that I would not get tired of? I'm very quickly going through it. It would be a sing-along song, definitely. What would be the perfect one for the deserted island? Thinking. The Passenger by Iggy Pop.
Oh, fair. I mean, I think, oh god, if I had to pick one, I think it would be, oh god, it would be Godspeed by James Blake. Because it's chill, but it's also like, it hits you right in the feels. Because it feels like a breakup song, but it also, it's a happy song. It's a very happy song, despite being so sad. Because it's all about wishing the person the best in life, even though you're no longer together. And it's very like, it hurts, but in a good way. But I guess
I'm getting splash damaged.
Yeah. I think if it was a happy song I had to pick, it would probably be Boxes and Squares by Tank and the Bangas, because like that's proper like New Orleans, kind of jazzy, kind of R&B, kind of hip hop, and it's so funky and fun, and it just makes me feel really confident and happy every time I listen to it. Yeah, so I guess we'll play the game. Next question. Who would be your ideal VTuber to collab with? Like, if you had to choose anybody, famous, not famous, corpo, not corpo, just absolutely, you had free reign to pick anybody, who would you pick?
This is a very... I don't know if it's a stupid answer, but it's the answer that I have the most fun with. I know for sure. I've collabed with them before. They're very fun, very sweet, very amazing. Would be a certain snow fox called Sophie.
That's totally understandable. I mean, for me, I've kind of got lofty ambitions. I'm a very lofty ambition person. I would love to collab with, God, several people.
Yeah, you did. Smile. Smile.
I'd love to collab with, I think her name's Ruby Goblin. who's a goblin streamer who's related to Jamie Lee Curtis, who's one of my favorite actresses. And just the idea of playing a game with Ruby and Jamie Lee Curtis just sounds like an absolute dream to me. I think that would be really funny.
Okay, listen. I have another one that is really cool. A D&D session with Melissa Belladonna.
Oh, fair. I mean, see, if I was gonna do a D&D session, it would just be with Sam Riegel. It would just me and Sam Riegel, I think, would get along like absolutely fine. But I think if it wasn't Ruby Goblin, it would be Korone. Purely because Korone is the person who got me into this whole shtick. Like, Korone and Okayu are the OTP. Like, it's just common knowledge, right? But yeah.
Also, to answer Sophie's question, what I did say. So the question I was given was, which VTuber, big or small, would I love to collab with? And I answered, but it might be a stupid answer, but I love to collab with somebody I did collab before. She's pretty sweet, amazing, kind, and always fun to be around. A certain snow fox called Snowfy. That's what I said.
Yeah. I think we already answered that question, talking a lot about our favorite games and stuff. Okay, here's one I think we can leave off on. You can pick one person from history to invite to a dinner party. Who do you choose and why?
Fuck you. There's not enough choices.
You can invite one.
History, eh?
Yeah, any person from history.
Okay. I have so many answers I could give. I would say I could say JFK for the funny Boston accent. I could say Edgar Allan Poe for like the funny poems. I think oh my god, there's so many fucking choices. Yeah, I hate this question.
Well, that's the fun thing, because I mean, there's several choices I myself would pick, because I mean, that was an interview question I got for a job. Was you had to invite a few people from history to your dinner party. Who would you pick and why? I think my answer still hasn't changed from that time. I would pick one of my favorite script writers and playwrights, Martin McDonagh, who has written like very formational black comedy stuff, like, you know, like dark comedy stuff, like In Bruges, The Guard, Banshees of Inisherin, The Cripple of Inishmaan. It deals with a lot of like dark topics and the Irish countryside, or the countryside of like serene locales. Like, it's all like In Bruges is in Bruges, and it's all about like,
hey, that's near me.
Yeah, it's like In Bruges is all about like running away from your crimes and running away from death, and like how it's all kind of faded and inescapable, and it's really interesting. Like, it's really funny because the guy Ray, who's played by Colin Farrell, is just the entire movie he's just miserable. And he's like, I don't want to be in Bruges. I don't want to be in Bruges. I want to be getting drunk in Dublin. I don't want to be in Bruges. And then and then by the end of the movie, he has not changed his opinion as a character. He's like, his fate is sealed, shall we say. And even at the end with his ending monologue, he's still like, I bloody hate Bruges.
Okay.
I love that.
I have an answer. This counts. Doesn't say how far in history. I'd love to hang out with David Bowie.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely. Oh my
Such a
god.
legendary man. The chance to hang out with such a person would be like amazing.
Oh yeah, he seems like a really nice guy as well. Like he seems like he'd be really chill.
Yeah.
Oh, Let me see, what else have I got? Oh, well, this is just more of a personality test. Because that question you also answered.
Mm-hmm.
Curiously, Paragon or Renegade?
What?
Which alignment, Paragon or Renegade?
What?
Have you played Mass Effect?
No.
Fair enough.
Now I know what you mean. But like I have never played Mass Effect, and all I know about it is that Renegade is the asshole option. And I would never take the asshole option.
See, I am not that person. There are certain times where I've stumbled into the Renegade option of games by accident. I remember playing Dragon Age Inquisition as honest as I could, like as close to me as the opinions were, and yeah, so I ended up universally hated by everyone in the Inquisition. I punched Dorian, I punched Solas.
Okay, to give like something similar, in Fallout 4 I usually took the sarcastic option, and I had the other one in my head. What the fuck? Where is it? Like I just had an answer, like part of the answer in my head, and it just disappeared. Oh yeah, in Tales of the Borderlands, for example, I usually pick the handsome Jack option because it was sounded funny and stupid.
I know we talked about, I think my favorite quote is still Butt Stallion. I think, was it Butt Stallion a fightable boss as well, if I remember correctly?
No, it was, it gave you good loot. It gave you good fucking loot.
Never trust a weapon farting diamond horse. That's your lesson for today, chat.
Oh my god, the entire like introduction of Bird Stallion and like the thingy, like that one moment where he like turns away from his microphone. It's like, Bird Stallion, come here, Bird Stallion. Oh my god, Handsome Jack is so well voice acted. Also, I love the quest where you get a quest for Handsome Jack, and it's just like, kill yourself, jump off the cliff, and if you do it, Handsome Jack calls you and it's like, you are my fucking bitch.
But Stallion says hello.
But Stallion says hello.
Oh. I think my favorite thing I've ever seen out of the Borderlands series is still Shooty McShootface.
Shoot me in the face. And then
Shoot me! Shoot me in the face! Shoot me! Shoot me!
Shoot me now!
Thank you! As he dies. But yeah, I think that's all the questions I have for you, dear Asto.
Damn.
Did we also want to figure out the game, or what are you thinking?
We already have the game figured out, Han.
Well, I mean, do you want me to boot it up? That's the true question.
Of course.
Okay, let me get that booted up. I will only be a moment, and we will play some Crypt of the Necronancer. Let's party.
Do you have the Hyrule expansion?
I don't have any expansions yet.
Damn.
I literally got the game like a few days ago, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So yeah.
I am waiting for your stream, so I can throw it on the main screen. Meanwhile, have double Asto.
Dasto.
I love how my overlays are just filled with memes, and I don't care. Like, for example, I really love this one. I may be trash, but that means I'm someone's treasure.
Okay.
Or it's my gender and I get to choose the pronouns. Wait, what? Natalie died. No, she died.
So yeah, my stream crashed. That's always a good.
Damn. Why is the main character of Star Rail like very heavily with trash? Because she's a raccoon.
Yeah. Tell me if you can see that, and then we can boot it up.
Watch stream. Throwing it on. Throwing it on the main screen. We have it here. Let's go. Get ready. I might have to put it louder. There we go. Turn off the music and we are ready to go.
Let's go. Let's see.
God, I love this game. I've seen so much of it and I don't have it myself.
Hello.
Yes, this game is really fun.
Minecraft.
Minecraft time. Woo! Oh!
Oh! Don't die now.
Well, this is the joy, right?
Aww.
Well, that was
Aw.
an interesting one. Oh god. It's very interesting how the tempo down mechanics work. Ooh, obsidian dagger, hell yeah.
Let's go.
I remember doing a death run of this, and it got to the point where I was just like harvesting gold at like an insane amount. So we're just like watching this happen, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, the beat is still strong with this one, clearly. Ooh. Cheese time. God, I like rhythm games, as I've been talking about the entire stream, are like some of my favorite genres.
Yeah. God. I just love music in games.
Oh yeah.
I am not good at rhythm games, but like just vibing to some music is really good.
Oh yeah. It's a really good game. Like, I've been really... Oh, well, I'm doomed. Well, managed to kill a dragon. That's a good start, right?
You almost died, though. Dying no good.
Dying is not poggers. Remember that, folks?
Dying is not poggers.
Boots of strength. Let's go! Woo!
The only roguelite I'm 100% shit at. Damn Kratos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, god darn it. Oh.
There was there's this roguelite on the phone that called Pixel Dungeon, and it is like such a pain most of the time. Oh, did you see, like, I think Artis, like, one of his newer videos with a rhythm game, but he's a doctor?
Oh, right. Fair enough. I love this. I love that the merchants sing along. Are you hyped for the new Zelda game? What game?
The new Zelda game.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed Breath of the Wild, so,
I really wish I could stream it, I'm gonna be honest, but I have no capture card.
That's so fair. Blood weapon, let's go! Blood shovel.
Also 3/2 called best song. I do not know what you're referring to, Kratos.
Mm-hmm.
Base camera cars for us. Capture card? Dopes? I would cry. I would cry of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Sage 3.2 cold variant is the best
No!
song apparently.
Oh god, that was not fair.
I love the monkey with like the clapping hands.
Oh god, yeah. The monkeys are like the most annoying boss, like the most annoying enemies, because they just grab onto you.
Also, it's a stupid thing. Earlier today, I think I joined Sophie, and I was like, Soph, you should buy Black Ops 1 just to play the JFK level zombies. Let's go, no! 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 Derp's bad. From what I'm seeing, I really like the broadsword. Also, that zombie shaking his ass like there's no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good game. Like, I'm very much in... Oh my god, a dragon again. Oh gosh.
Alan Jesus is not with you in this one.
Yeah. This is why I tend to do death runs, because every character you kill as death is like another additional attack. But I figured I would be fair and I would play a mode that's like more about RNG. And diamonds, which are really fun because you can just unlock things in the main menu.
Con. Also talking about Con.
Con.
So on the previous Momsters, I made a challenge for the community. Basically a community project. If I could get a future model that resembled me, I would stream an entire week as Fox Store. I think I've been saying I'm not a fox. They will get banned. And thanks to Phantom Yggdrasil, we got the model, the base model. And thanks to Ludi, we got the artist. And it's currently being made. Con.
That's awesome.
Con. Got a con for the con. I also see like it's turn-based, but you gotta be smart, fast about your thinking. Yeah, if you wait too long, you get hit. So like, yeah.
It's this beat specifically that always reminds me of an Arctic Monkeys song from the AM album.
Yeah. This is jamming.
Yeah.
I'm not lowering my camera. Cause I'm...
How do you get in there?
Get a better shovel? Question mark or bombs?
You might be.
Because there's like a... No, not there, not there. Look there, there's a crack in the wall. Smart store.
Oh, I've got a bigger jump now.
You can turn it off and on. Oh god. Thank you for the lurk, you doesn't. Bombs? Bombs?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a certain amount of time. Wait, you have time until the song ends. Oh god. That is a lot of stress as well. That is not fun.
No! Gosh darn it.
Then Poil? Rope? Bombs? You want it? I got it. All you need to do is give me enough rupees. I'm sorry, Link. I can't give credit. Come back when you're a little, richer. Oh, I'm going through like Ocarina of Time recently, right? And I'm giving like the characters so funny voices or like personalities. Like for example, Princess Zelda is racist. She does not recognize the Gerudo as a race.
Oh, but that's not fun. That's not fair.
Should have they gone?
Ah, see, that's not fair.
Game throws a dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, you're a gacha addict?
Maybe. Time to see if I can get a lucky drop. Oh.
No.
Lucky, heck yeah. Let's go. She says, immediately besieged
What
upon.
would you say is your eternal beats per minute? Master of Puppets. That's a reasonable beat, right? You like walking into blue slimes, do you?
Oh, gosh darn it. So what we'll do, we've got six diamonds. We can now.
Hi.
Dungeon Master Merlin.
Hey. How's it going?
So that's just all lore. So we'll just.
Hello.
Oh, so that just removes items from the pool. Interesting. Oh, you have to. Let's see. Da 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 da.
Bum 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 bum.
Heck it, let's. Da 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 ba da ba da ba ba da.
It's a big shovel, yes, dear.
Yeah.
What would you
Oh, my-
say is...
my-
Oh, you first.
My go-to snack or comfort food, right now I'm not very sure.
No. Candy.
My items have turned to glass unless I need to buy more, apparently.
My comfort food is spicy noodles.
Oh yeah, definitely Chinese food for me. Well, yeah, that was bound to happen.
You were so out of it. Beauty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, is my mic not just, is my mic picking?
Yeah, it's picking you up. Also, you
Yeah.
don't have a dagger.
You should get one of those, yeah.
No. What's your favorite woman? What a question.
I mean, are we talking an actual person or like metaphysically? Because I mean, my biased answer is both of my partners.
Mm-hmm.
But
god. Or I shouldn't say that on stream. Oh no! I love how the skeleton was preparing to attack, and you were like, yeah, let me walk into him.
I mean, you know, sometimes the journey of 1,000 slices takes a single step.
Type and class of woman. Buff. Buff woman. Buff soft on mommy.
Ah yes, I too love dragon type women.
Con. Ah, con. Don't walk into him when he's preparing. I see you love that. When they're preparing, you like to walk in.
I gotta follow the beat though, that's the thing.
You could skip the beat, so they're forced to walk to you. Con. I like music.
I do too, like this is why I really love Crypt, because it's just fun and it's just endless potential, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like...
There's also cadence of high roll. Why is it only like a certain amount of kills you get?
Oh, heck yeah.
Does the sword get stronger with each like rotation of 10 kills?
I think so. This might be my best run yet. Let's go! Party
Let's
time!
go.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah, baby!
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. Sometimes I mess up quotes and I just keep going without a care in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn, this beat.
Oh! Oh! Heck yeah, boss fight! Let's go!
Oh, and you got a forced weapon switch. Damn.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh my god, I just beat my first boss live on stream. Hell
Let's
yeah!
go.
Dad was always coming and going on his adventures. But this time he seemed more excited. He said he'd found it, some great treasure.
When I was older, I found the notes you left behind. Directions to a graveyard.
Uncle Eli tried to stop me. But Dad had been gone for 2 years.
She is
and I had to
literally
find him.
female Link.
Don't you mean Zelda?
They brought me back,
Get that, man.
using the power of the golden loot. But we soon discovered that the loot has its restrictions. To stay alive, we must keep playing. And the longer we play, the more it robs us of our humanity. But I know something about the crypt that they don't. And now I need answers.
Yeah, steps.
Oh, I just unlocked the bard. Heck yeah.
What music is considered pop? Isn't that usually like the type of music that's popular at the day and age where it's made in? I don't know. Can you explain pop, hun?
Pop is whatever music is typically popular within the modern zeitgeist. Like, it really depends, because right now we're in an R&B kick. But like back in the noughties, it was like alternative music, like alternative rock. And now we're into R&B and all that kind of stuff. So it's whatever's really popular at the moment, which is really just defined by the era. So it's like 80s pop is whatever was popular in the 80s, you know?
Thank you. Mwah. You love digging, do you? What is this character attack?
Getting ready for a bass drop. Let's go! Oh.
How does the bird attack? Because I don't get in because I thought Link was supposed to be androgynous.
Ah.
Oh, sorry. Moving shit. So the thing with the bard is that she can't like equip all the weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does she attack? Like with moving on the beat or? Cause I don't get it.
You have to attack on the beat, yeah.
It's like she never does an attack animation, so I'm like, huh? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 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 wow.
So how's everybody finding themselves? You enjoying yourselves? Let's go!
I am enjoying the music. Also, your throat is hurting. You should get some hot cocoa with honey.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure something out after stream. Yeah.
God, hot chocolate milk with honey is like the best. Especially when your throat is like having a bitch day. You know?
Mm-hmm. I have no idea what that thing is, but I don't like.
It's a raid. It said it was a raid. Oh, bah. There you go, what's that?
Yeah. I'm not giving it, like, I'm not giving a, dragon the chance to attack me anymore. Oh, okay, I see what that means. Yeah. Oh god, okay.
Minotaur was like, no. The Minotaur was like, no. I'm just vibing in my chair. Lamau.
Heck yeah, let's see what tougher enemies can do.
Kill you?
Yeah, probably.
Ugh. You want a tougher enemies, how about a dragon? Dragon is technically stuck, so you can hit him with the bomb. Wait, you don't have a bomb.
Oh god. Yeah. Unlocked. Oh!
Let's go. Uncle Eli. Infinite bombs, kick bombs at enemies. Let's go.
Hey there. Good day. Hey.
Hey!
Hey, you wanna buy some wares? Wait, where's Eli?
Oh, I think it's on free mode, because I picked story.
There. I was really hoping to see some bomb action.
I guess you could say we're gonna hit you with another bomb track.
Nah.
That's a joke for my, Rage Against the Machine fans in the audience. Let's go.
Using the main pad? No. Digging a hole next to the door? Yeah. Usually, okay. So here's my headcanon now of you.
Mm-hmm.
Too many VTubers are in your walls, so you're so pissed at the walls that you destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the dragon in the nuts.
Well, the thing is, if you dig, you might find secret stuff, so it's like...
No, you just hate walls.
Oh my gosh.
I love how you like walking into its wind-up attacks. So cute.
Well, it's like you gotta follow the beat though. That's kind of why you gotta vibe with it, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could have dug out to the side, so you like you had to like skip a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
And here we go. Like, it's getting easier to, like...
Gaming.
Oh, here we go. Like, we're breezing through it now.
Breezing. This game's soundtrack bops. Yes, it does.
Yeah. It's like, I've just had cravings for rhythm games, you know?
I have the
And they-
speed up finish.
No, sorry.
No, you're finished.
I was just gonna say, like, I've just had cravings for rhythm games, and honestly, this, like, absolutely fills it, you know? Like,
Huh? I have that with fighting games. Like, I just sometimes just like buy fighting games just because I want it. I don't play against like players, I just play against AI. You know?
yeah. Oh god, it's getting risky! Rough.
Monkey nade, yo.
Got absolutely feckin' named by a monk.
How long can you keep going? So I'm kind of
Huh?
getting tired.
Oh, whenever you want to call it, I'm happy.
I'm happy if you're unhappy.
Shall we call it next death?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll send you the YouTube video if it's uploaded. I kind of forgot to record. So it's gonna be lower quality, I'm sorry.
That's fair.
Hogging. I like how the zombie does a little booty shake before he moves. You know?
Yeah.
He's like shake shake. Oh my
know.
god.
And now I could just excavate the entire level.
Think you found the boss room? You forgot the diamond!
Oh my god, it's a Nightcore song, hell yeah. Yeah! I just love when you just get really, really good RNG and it's just nice. It just feels good.
Yeah. And then you get fucked up by some actual RNG bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Now the game right now is to just find the exit. And then we'll find the next boss. Ah, darn it! Darn it, darn it.
Ah.
Well, as Uncle Jack says in We Happy Few, we've come to the end of our time, I suppose, right?
Maybe? Let's see who we can raid. Thank you for being my guest at momsto's.
Happy to be here.
Aw, happy to hang out with you. I know someone who you can raid. They're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Their name is it's Nyalta. They're a cat boy VTuber. We stand boys here. Let's send them some love. So yeah, thank you for being my guest. I hope that we get to hang out in the future too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Sarah, shut up. Sarah called that my Dutch. Thank you for hanging out. Hugs, kisses, mwah, mwah.
Mwah.
And see you some other time.
Absolutely, thank you.
Welcome. Oh, well, now we gotta wait for like the like seconds for rating. Oh my god, I almost forgot. Don't forget your further mom raids on the way out.
Oh.
Also, let's give them a funny. Let's give them a further mommy raid. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Evil furred smile.
Well, it was lovely. It was lovely being interviewed. It was lovely being here. Thank you for having me. I'm just gonna shout myself out, I guess.
I mean, this entire stream is a shout out to you, silly.
Well, yeah, but if you like dark fantasy ASMR and romance audios, come check us out on YouTube at Tales from Lycaon. Check me out on VT Songbird on Twitch, and have a lovely rest of your evening. I am going to go rest. Woo!
Wait, give me a minute. After stream, I have to do something. Ow! Bye bye!